Alright, good evening everyone. This is Senior Forecaster Kimber back here again. I'm here to give you guys another video blog going over the potential of not only winter weather but also the potential of severe weather as well. I'm going to be going over the HRR, the Euro, the Canadian. I'll be going over all the guidance that you guys need to know here so you guys can get a better picture of what we could be dealing with here. So when I'm going to start you guys off with this Storm Prediction Center, then I'm also going to show you guys current radar here because I'm going to show you where the cold front is before we get started with guidance. So if you guys do not know, as of now, the Storm Prediction Center now has a day 2 tornado probability, a wind outlook, and a hail outlook here, guys, similar to what they have for day 1. They did an upgrade for this, so it really helps out, especially when you're trying to pinpoint areas for day 2 here, guys. So this is the latest Storm Prediction Center. It has a marginal risk out for the potential of wind, hail, and also the potential of a tornado or two. Now, I talked about this in the 7-day forecast tonight, is that there could be the potential of an isolated tornado or two, especially in far southeast Arkansas, northern Louisiana, far western Mississippi, as given because there's going to be a little weak frontal low that's going to ride along the front. And with that being said, it could set up somewhat favorable wind potential for the potential of a isolated tornado or two, especially in far southeast Arkansas. You guys know, just stay with this Arkansas weather watchers. We're not expect this to be a widespread severe weather outbreak, given the fact that we're going to have widespread cloud cover. We're going to have some morning precipitation going on, so we're not expecting this thing to be anything like what we dealt with back in January 10th, where we had the significant damaging winds and strong tornadoes. But there could be a few strong to severe thunderstorms down here in southeast Arkansas tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening as the frontal boundary is pushing through the natural state here, guys. So as I said before, there's the margin risk. That's for all hazards included, wind and hail. Both all wind and hail are 5%, and the tornado is 2% here, guys. So that's what we got going on at this current time here. Now we're gonna go over to radar here, guys, and I talked about before, there's your cold front coming into far northwest Arkansas here, guys, and I remember stating this before, that we were going to have a problem with trying to get that colder air here in the natural state. And I say this because here's what we're dealing with right now here, guys. So here's current radar. I'm going to stop the radar for just a second here. And there's your cold front right in here that's going from Texas, Oklahoma, into northwest Arkansas, and into the Midwest at this current time here. Now, what you got going on here is that the colder air is lagging behind the frontal boundary. So the frontal boundary is moving into northwest Arkansas at this current time here, but your sub-freezing air is well behind the cold front here, guys. Your sub-freezing air is going to be back out here in Kansas, the Panhandle of Texas, and Oklahoma here, guys. So there's a good bit of separation between out ahead of the frontal boundary and the sub-freezing air here, guys. So I would say probably a good 200 to 300 mile difference between the frontal boundary and the sub-freezing air that's coming down from Kansas. So like I said before, that was the main concern that I was originally concerned with the last couple of blogs I had, is that colder air was going to lag behind that cold front as it's pushing through. So the cold front, like I said before, has officially made it into northwest Arkansas. You've gone down from 63 degrees to 54, just northwest of Fayetteville. It's now pushing through the Fayetteville area here, guys. So they're going to be the first areas to experience the cold front. The cold front's going to slowly drag its way through the natural state. And as we get towards today on Wednesday here with latest guidance, what it wants to do is stall the cold front out somewhere between northern Louisiana, Mississippi, central Tennessee, and into central Texas. Or they're wanting to do something like this, is have the cold front push into southern Louisiana, into deep south Texas. Now, I want to say this second one would bring more winter precipitation into the natural state. The first one would not, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a surface area of low pressure that's going to develop a second impulse in the atmosphere. And what that's going to do is it's going to ride along the cold front wherever it's positioned at. So if it's in northern Louisiana, central Mississippi, central Tennessee, central Texas, the low pressure is going to develop. It's going to catch a ride along that cold front. Now, with that being said, here's what's going to be the situation. So let's paint out two scenarios at this current time. Let's say scenario 1 happens. You have your cold front here. It's in northern Louisiana, and it's in central Texas here, guys. All right. Your impulse is going to dive out from the Colorado, New Mexico area, and it's going to head south. And it's going to develop here in far southwest Texas, northern Mexico. So what's going to end up happening is, if your cold front is here, it's just going to tag along that cold front, and you're going to have a low pressure that's going to center here in northeast Louisiana, far western Mississippi, and that's going to screw off basically from Little Rock to Texarkana to northern Louisiana, western Mississippi, and portions of southwest Tennessee. That would be cold rain, and your winter precipitation would stay here, and from Texas all the way into northwestern Arkansas and into Missouri here, guys. And I believe that's what guidance is wanting to suggest at this current time here. Now, let's say if scenario 2 happens, okay? Scenario 2 is going to be a little bit different. Scenario 2 has a cold front here, and it takes it into southern Louisiana and into deep south Texas. What that does is, with this low pressure developing, it's going to take a track just like this as that high pressure settles down from the northern plains and comes down into the southern plains. What it's going to do is going to develop here, and it's going to develop a area of low pressure. And like I said before, low pressure is going to ride along that cold front, and you have yourself a setup where the low pressure is here instead of here, so you would bring the potential of winter precipitation back into the majority of the natural state here, guys. So for our friends in South Arkansas, no matter the scenario, you're going to get a cold rain. There could be a little bit of wintry mist as the upper level trough swings east on Wednesday night and early Thursday morning, but I wouldn't expect anything major down in South Arkansas. This is mainly going to be a West Arkansas, Northern Arkansas, and Central Arkansas deal if scenario 2 pans out. Here's number 1, and there's number 2. So there's a pretty decent area there where the low pressure could track. Either way, this low pressure is going to move. No matter where it's positioned, it's going to move out towards the northeast here, guys. So it's going to take the moisture with it. Cold air is going to be filtering in, and that's what's going to bring an end to this winter weather event, severe weather event as well. So as I said before, this is what we're going to have dealing with as we get towards the late Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and into early Thursday morning here. So what I'm going to do is start you guys up with the high-res NAM model. All right, and there's that first wave that's going to come through tomorrow afternoon across southwest Arkansas, stretching into central Arkansas here. And there could be, like I said before, a potential of some isolated severe weather across far southeast Arkansas, where the marginal risk stands at this current time here. So that's the area that I would keep a very close eye on for the potential of some isolated severe weather. Remember, damaging winds, hail, potential of an isolated tornado could be possible late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening here. Here comes your second impulse, and like I said before, with the NAM model, what it wants to do is take something just like this, what I said with scenario 1. So there's your cold front coming into northwest Arkansas here, and here we are 6 a.m. Wednesday morning here, and here's the NAM, has that cold front stationed from central Tennessee into northern Mississippi, down into central Louisiana, and into far southern Texas here, and there's your area of low pressure. Now this is where guidance is going to kind of throw you for a loop a little bit, especially when you're dealing with a setup like this. So this kind of favors more scenario 2 versus 1, where you have your cold front already past the area, but what's the biggest problem here is your colder air is hung up. It is lagging behind. So with that being said, even if your cold front just passes through you, yes, you will get a wind shift, but you don't get that colder air filtering in very, very fast unless you get a strong push out of the west that will force the cold front past the mountains and into Arkansas here, guys. So with that being said, yes, temperatures will be falling on Wednesday, but I'm believing the winter weather potential is going to be from far northwest Arkansas into Oklahoma, Texas, into Kansas, and into Missouri here, guys, where we already have winter storm watches out, and there could be a couple of winter weather advisories that will go out tomorrow morning across northern Arkansas here once guidance gets a better handle on the situation. So with that being said, it is going to be a very cold rain for central, eastern, and southern Arkansas with temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s, where northwest Arkansas is going to have the potential of some winter precipitation, snow, sleet. There could be some freezing rain at higher elevations here, guys. And I wouldn't be completely shocked if I were to see a winter storm watch go up for the far northwest counties of Arkansas. That would include, Fayetteville, Siloam Springs, far northwest Arkansas could go under winter storm watch. But if anything, it's going to be the potential of a winter weather advisory up there here, guys. So that's their situation with that. Gets out of here, but like I said before, with the base of the trough getting out of here as we get towards Wednesday night and Thursday, there could be some isolated snow showers across central and south Arkansas as this begins to pull out here, guys. So there's the NAM as we get towards late Wednesday night and early Thursday here, guys. And like I talked about before, with the base of the trough pushing eastward, there could be some isolated rain, possibly some light snow showers across northeast Texas, northwest Louisiana, southern Arkansas as it pushes through. No travel impacts are expected at this current time here, guys. We haven't reflected that off of the precipitation map as of now, but if trends were to continue, then we will add it to our precipitation map tomorrow here, guys. So as for even if that does happen, it's not going to matter much because it's going to be very fast moving and it's going to be very moisture starved, because with that second impulse, it's going to take all the moisture with it. So anything that falls late Wednesday night or early Thursday morning is going to be very, very light in nature here, guys. So we're going to go over to the 12 km NAM, and what the 12 km NAM wants to do with this is similar to the high res. It wants to bring the potential of winter weather to far northwest Arkansas here, guys. There could be some sleet, freezing rain at higher elevations, snow for the far northwest counties. Like I said before, I wouldn't be surprised if a winter storm watch were to go up for far northwest Arkansas here, guys. But winter weather advisories are more than likely going to be the main issue with this, guys. And like I talked about before, with the trough swinging eastward, there could be some snow showers across western Arkansas, portions of central and southern Arkansas, some flurries Thursday morning before this completely pushes all towards the east and we go into a very cold end of your work week here, guys. Now, what we're going to keep a very close eye on here is Saturday. But before I get into Saturday, I'm going to show you the HRR. Now, this is what I talked about before with the potential of severe weather. This is where I focus down in southeast Arkansas. There could be some isolated, strong to severe thunderstorms down here, but HRR really doesn't have much. Has a good bit of instability in place. Has right around 1,500 Cape down here in southern Arkansas tomorrow afternoon. But with weak wind profiles, the potential of severe weather is going to be very, very low regards to that potential here, guys. And there's that second impulse that will be pushing into Arkansas as we get towards late Tuesday night and into Wednesday here, guys. So, as I said before, there's the HRR. And the one thing to note with DHR is it has that low pressure in far southern Texas. This would be a setup for winter weather here in Arkansas if we can just get that cold air pushed into Arkansas. If we could just get it to push into Arkansas, this will be it. The track is literally perfect. All right. The track is perfect for the potential of winter weather here, guys. But we just need that trough to get a good kick to the east. We need that cold air to push to Arkansas in order to get the potential of winter weather here, guys. So with that being said, the potential of winter weather stands for northwestern Arkansas here, guys. I was tempted to add central to the precipitation map. I just don't feel confident right now of central Arkansas seeing any sustainable winter precipitation. We're going to keep an eye on Wednesday night or early Thursday morning as that trough swings east. But if that trough begins to move east faster, then yes, we will get the potential of winter weather here in the natural state with colder air pushing in. But the problem is, like I talked about before, it's not so much as getting the cold air over the mountains, is that your trough is going to be centered just like this. All right, you got high pressure over here, all right, and your trough is going to be centered just like that, and you're going to have a low pressure that's going to kick out ahead of that trough. So with that trough being over here, this is where your colder air is going to be. Your neutral air is going to be here, and you're going to have your warmer air here. So you're going to have possibly a severe risk along the Gulf, a winter storm out here in the southern plains, and just a cold rain in between here, guys. So that's the situation that we're dealing with right now. So if we can just get that upper level trough to do something like this, if we could just do this, if we could just do that, and with high pressure and control in the southeast, what that would do is it would swing that low pressure here And with the colder in place, that would bring the potential of winter weather here, guys. So what we need to do is get rid of this southeast ridge. And with this thing being late in the season like this, with that southeast ridge already trying to come back, that favors more of Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, Missouri, far northwest Arkansas versus the majority of the state. It just had to happen, late December, early January, where the southeast ridge was still decimated. Then yes, this would have been a winter storm for Arkansas. But once again, we get screwed over, and it goes over to Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, and Missouri here, guys. So, as I said before, we're trying. If we can just get that cold weather to push, then we would get winter weather here in the natural state here. Now, that turns my attention over to Saturday here. So, we get this system out of here on Wednesday and Thursday. Now, what Goddess is wanting to do, and I've been paying very close attention to it since the Canadian model threw it out at first, so I got to give props to the Canadian model on this one. What it wants to do is wants to develop a area of low pressure that swings down from the plains into Texas and Louisiana. Now, we're going to keep a very close eye on the situation because the cold air is going to be trying to retreat at that point. If the cold air hangs on, then we could look at the potential of rain, snow, mist on Saturday. I have added that to the forecast at this current time here because I'm feeling pretty confident that we will get that short wave in place. With the colder air being in place, we could look at the potential of maybe some rain, snow, mist across the state early Saturday morning before this completely gets out of here, guys. And then temperatures are going to start to warm up like crazy as we get towards later in the week. And we could look at the potential of another severe weather threat as you get towards the mid part of your next week here, guys. But we would touch base on that as we draw closer to the event here, guys. So that's the 0Z GFS. I'm going to go over to the UK Met real fast. And what the UK Met wants to do is similar to what we've been seeing. Is Wednesday morning goes your front of boundary, southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, southern Texas here. The cold air is just not getting here in time. And what it does is it completely cuts out the majority of the state here, guys, except for, far northwest Arkansas. The very tip of Arkansas would see the potential of snow. But it would remain across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and into Missouri here, guys, if we were to go with the UK Met. Now, I want to see if the 0Z is out, and the 0Z is out. It's after 42 hours out here, guys. So it's telling almost the exact same thing. It has that winter weather out towards the west here. So here we are right around lunchtime, and there's your winter weather here. Now, it includes somewhat of northwest Arkansas here, guys, but honestly, for the majority of the state, it's just basically a dream crusher for anybody from central Arkansas, southwest, into the southern Arkansas, eastern Arkansas deal with cold rain here, potential for severe risk here, and a full-blown winter storm from Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and into Kansas here, guys. So I'm going to go over to the Euro real fast here before this blog comes to an end. And the Euro is basically saying the exact same thing, has that low pressure, like I said before, with scenario 1 has that low pressure pushing into Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, and into northwestern Mississippi, and into Tennessee, with the potential of winter weather across far northwest Arkansas here, guys. And like I said before, there could be a little bit of winter weather across some central, southern, eastern half of the state as we get towards late Wednesday or Thursday morning as the trough finally begins to swing towards the east. Now, like I said before, on Saturday, we're going to keep a very close eye here because a little area of low pressure looks to develop across Texas here. Did not mean to do that. And it brings the potential of some winter mist across far northern Arkansas, and into southern Missouri. If we were to go with the European model, then it completely gets out of here. And just taking a look at the long range here, and like I said before, this is what the Euro wants to do. It wants to swing another cold front here, guys, but we could look at a potential severe weather deal as we get towards the Wednesday and Thursday time frame with this. And that begs to remind me, I'm going to go back to the Storm Prediction Center real quick. And we're going to take a look at the day 4, day 8 outlook. So there's that risk on day 3. Now, there's day 4. It gets out of here. All right. And there's day 8. Predictability too low. They talk about it. They say that the potential of an isolated severe threat will be possible, but predictability for Monday remains too low. But if a pocket of moderate instability can develop across some of the plains, as the GFS solutions are wanting to put out, then we could look at the potential of a severe weather threat as we get towards the later the later part of your next weekend into the early part of next week here, guys. So I thank you guys for tuning into this video blog here tonight. Like I said before, I wish I could bring you guys some better news in terms of the winter weather prospect for the natural state. We're going to keep a very close eye on that trough, because if that trough starts moving east very fast, then it's going to bring that colder air here into the natural state, and that's where you can look at the potential of winter weather here, guys. So just keep your hope alive here, guys. We're in February. I know that time is starting to tick away for winter, but we still got the rest of this month and even March to go to get some winter weather across the natural state here, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in, and y'all have a great rest of your Monday evening.